Oh, hi guys. Anyway, I guess it's time for Workout Wednesday again. Well, since I've got them over here, I'm going to talk about obstacle course racing. Specifically, the Savage Race. I myself have thoroughly enjoyed the Savage Race. I've done it this year twice. It has been so much fun. If you guys haven't signed up to do one, I highly recommend that you go ahead and do it because, wow, I've had a lot of fun. Now, it has rained the last 2 times, so that has actually made for a pretty difficult racing situation, but actually I think it's a little more fun just because you get really muddy. The clay on me was from about here to like here, and it was just everywhere, caked like that all over me. I do recommend, if you're going to do it in trail shoes, because I did it in trail shoes this time. It was fantastic. I had so much grip, and it was actually really good for the race because there was some seriously muddy spots. Anyway, so obstacle course racing, welcome. This is going to be something to kind of just a generality of obstacle course racing, just a general kind of overview of what an obstacle course race is, what it entails, and what some kind of tips and tricks to go along the way. First things first, an obstacle course race is anything that's got some obstacles to it. That's about a 10K to a 5K. They usually are probably anywhere from about 20 to about 30 obstacles, depending on how much they want to put in, number one. Number two, what kind of race it is. So anyway, that's one thing to look into if you're going to start one of these, is to see, number one, what the obstacles are. The big draw for me for the Savage Race were two obstacles. Number one, of course, is the Colossus, which is a half pipe that goes like this, and it has a T like this that just barely hangs off, and it's got a rope that you have to climb up, and it is difficult. It has claimed me twice. This is the second time it has claimed me, and I have the bruises and bumps to prove it. I slammed into that thing like no get out, but it was fun. I enjoyed myself. It was really fun. So number two on that list, though, would be the Sawtooth, which is the monkey bars from hell, pretty much. They go up like so, have a dip down like this, and then they go back down. So those are pretty difficult, especially in the rain that we were in. We had some slickness to it, so it was pretty tough. But yeah, anyway, that's the Savage Race, and that is a good idea to do, in my opinion. That's the only obstacle course race I've anticipated and actually competed in myself. I'm looking forward to a full schedule next year, if hopefully funds permitting, that I will be able to do. So they include Battle Frog, Spartan Race, all those guys. They're coming into play because the Savage Race has me salivating over all that. So anyway, what I kind of want to talk about to you guys is something having to do more so with the training aspect and stuff like that, and more towards like actual prep for the race day. The training aspect and like as far as some workouts for them, I'm actually going to put that in a separate bonus video for you guys later on. So it's going to be more of a video that entails like, what kind of workout are you going to do, what kind of workout helps you with your grip, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to put that in another video because this is going to be a really long video if I go into that, plus just kind of the generalities of an obstacle course race. So anyway, here's some general stuff about an obstacle course race. Number one, it's a lot of running. The Savage Race itself was mostly trail running, so it's a lot of roots and trees and mud and lakes and creeks. In fact, there was a small creek that you had to wade through about shin deep, so That was fun. So just little nuances like that, and of course, hills. The hills on the landscape in Dallas, Georgia for this race were insane this time. I had a lot of fun trying to get up those because my shins can't take too much of a beating. So I had some pretty decent shin splints at the end of the race. But anyway, also too, when you're thinking about doing an obstacle course race, really think about not only the length of the race, but also some of the obstacles. Look at the obstacles beforehand. Make sure that it's something that you're not afraid of. Like, take for instance, if you're afraid of heights, there is a obstacle in the Savage Race. In fact, 2 obstacles in the Savage Race that will scare you to death. Number one's a 15-foot drop called Davy Jones. It goes right into some deep water. It's a pretty good rush and makes your stomach go back up into your chest. So be wary of that. Number 2 is the Colossus. He's got a big slide at the end. He's just kind of a drop. So that's pretty scary if you don't like heights. But anyway, just think about what you don't like. Me, myself, I absolutely hate being electrocuted. I hate electrodes. I hate them. I hate getting any electricity on me or going, any of that. I hate it. Savage Race actually used to have it. Tough Mudder does, and they haven't taken it out. Thank God Savage Race did, or I probably wouldn't do Savage Race. But anyway, yeah, so just look at the obstacles, make sure it's something that you could do, something that you're not afraid of, and something that you feel like you could accomplish and that you may or may not, it's a challenge, but it's something that you can conquer, and it's something that, if you had a support base or if you had the more training and thoughts on it, that you could actually go over it. My thing was visualizing the farm door walls, which are 8-foot walls that you have to scale by yourself or with a partner. And this year I had to scale them, or this race, I had to scale them by myself, which proved to be pretty hard with some Georgia clay smattered all over my face because they dropped you in some deep clay before you went in. So just think about the challenges, think about what you can and cannot do in your own right, in your own physical ability of yourself. Also, make sure that week out that you are planning your diet, that you're doing your diet consistently, that you're not doing too much crazy physical activity, stuff like that, just to make sure that you're not going to hurt yourself before the race, because guys, you're paying some serious money, especially if you come late to the race. You're going to be paying in the upwards of $90, $100 for a ticket. You don't want to get kicked out just because you've got a broken leg. You know what I mean? So anyway, make sure that you're staying healthy, especially the week before the race. As far as training goes, guys, start about 6 to 8 months out running, do your neighborhoods, do trails. I myself love to run trails. That is my hobby. I do it on weekends, and I do it when I have free time. Take, for instance, I did today, I ran about 6 miles, and that's probably what I'd recommend for most people that are wanting to do an obstacle course race, would be about 4 to 6 miles a day, just to get you used to that 10K race, which would be like a Savage Race or a Spartan, or something that would be like the Spartan Sprint, which would be a 5K race, which is only 3 miles. So to do 4 to 6 miles, you are in that area, that range, so that you're making sure that you have the ability and the mindset to kind of keep running through all that. Also, on the day before the race, I want you to make sure that you're having everything ready, your waiver, your shoes, everything. Just lay it all out. Make sure that you don't have any worries, especially in the morning, so that you don't lose focus, because focusing on these guys is going to take a lot of focus. So get hyped up, get going. When you wake up, just make sure that you are staying focused on the task at hand, and don't let anything get in your way. Just train hard, guys, because these things are actually hard. They're tough. I consider myself a pretty fit person, and it kicks my butt every time I do it. So no matter how much I run, no matter how much I jump, no matter how much I train for it, it still kicks my butt. So make sure you guys are training. make sure that you guys are planning your meals. Diet hard, guys. Keep your weight down, because the weight's just going to weight you down on stuff like Sawtooth, or if you're doing a Savage on the ropes. So just make sure that you're really sticking to your diets and really sticking to any supplementation that's helping you, like your multivitamins, your fish oils, anything like that. But yeah, just keep on it, guys. Keep on your toes and have a good race day. And at the very end, celebrate, but don't go crazy. As always, a saying from a true trainer: don't just go and eat 10,000 calories at the end of your run because you feel like you're just starving. You know, pace yourself. Make sure that it's food that is decently clean, so that you're not regretting the weight gain later. But yeah, just keep it clean, guys, and keep trudging through that mud, because it's tough. Like, it is tough. It kicks my butt every time. But the great thing is, at the very end of it, they hand you a t-shirt and they hand you a medal. And this medal makes you feel like $1,000. I'm not gonna lie to you. It makes me feel like $1,000 every time I come down those hills and I see those guys handing these things out. It is awesome. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to my OCR race and kind of spiel. Again, I will have a workout video later to kind of detail some of the workouts and some of the different nuances of the workouts that you would need for a Savage race. But anyway, again, as always, if you have any questions, please put them into the visitors box in the Facebook page, or just private message me on the private message area. I will get to your questions pretty darn quick. I really don't have too much going on right now. So if you guys want to have some questions about, maybe like last week's goals questions, or some OCR questions from this video, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help as usual. So anyway, keep pushing, guys, and have a great time out there in the mud. See ya.